Hello guys, we are back with another video. What's up, man? We got another video. We have a reaction to Matty Balls, the satisfying death of celebrity culture. It's always a W react when it's Matty Balls, man. Let's get straight into it, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe.
Today, it felt like celebrities were a separate class, one above and beyond us regular folks. Or at least that's how the magazines in the checkout aisle at the grocery store made it feel. But celebrities are actors, artists, athletes, and icons that people look up to for various reasons. And for the longest time, a lot of others were very invested in celebrities and their lives. I mean, they were very mysterious and had these carefully crafted PR personas that you only got to see once in a blue moon. But nowadays, it's completely different, and people don't look at celebrities quite how they used to. In fact, I'd even assume that a lot of people these days have disdain for a lot of your traditional celebrities. And there are two primary reasons for that. But to understand why people don't care nearly as much as they used to, we gotta understand why people cared about random strangers in the first place. Fame is a term that's been around since the Romans, deriving from the Latin word fama, which meant rumor, but also great deeds that would be known for millennia. Back then, the closest things to celebrities were politicians, performers, and athletes, all of which who had the goal to be remembered after their deaths. But Latin didn't really have a word for what we call a celebrity nowadays, which is mostly about being famous.
That's aura right there. That ain't Michael Jackson. They used to be having, bro. They said they used to have a passing out section in his concerts. Saw a video. I think this is the video. He was just standing, not doing nothing, bro. They in the crowd going crazy, eyes rolling back, bro. It's going stupid. Real aura right there, man.
Famous while you're alive. That way you can reap all the rewards. Merriam-Webster defines a celebrity as a famous or celebrated person, and celebrities have been around for a while.
Whoa,
some people point to historical figures like Cleopatra,
name.
Alexander the Great, Julius Caesar, and more, but generally those don't quite fit our definition, or at least our modern definition of celebrity. For that specific modern definition, Columbia University names French actress Sarah Bernhardt. Sarah was alive from 1844 to 1923, and a big part of her success honestly came from the lucky timing of new inventions. The rise of photography made pictures of her widely available. The penny press, cheap mass circulation, newspapers trumpeted her every role on stage and her doings off stage. Steamship and railway travel allowed her to tour the world as few actors had before. Telegraphy was brand new, and news about her could travel faster. Almost everyone had heard of her, read about her, or seen her picture. But while she was known across the world and was technically the first modern celebrity, I'm sure a lot of you don't know her. For comparison, she was about as big as Charlie Chaplin, Marilyn Monroe, or Lady Gaga for the people back then. But then technology started to spread, and things like the TV and the internet came around. IMDb lists the biggest celebrities of each decade as follows: the 50s, John Wayne; the 60s, Paul Newman; the 70s, Robert Redford; the 80s, Harrison Ford; 90s, Tom Cruise; 2000s, Johnny Depp; and 2010s, Jennifer Lawrence. Obviously, IMDb is missing out on a few here, especially in other categories. For example, in music, you had names like the Beatles, Michael Jackson, Elvis, and many more. In film, you had Jack Nicholson, Meryl Streep, Jane Fonda, Marlon Brando, and again, many more. And in sports, there's names like Michael Jordan, Muhammad Ali, Usain Bolt, Messi, Ronaldo, and many more. This is only covering 3 major industries where celebrities are made.
Tell, man, that's the what's that? That's Bezos. Something about them, Bezos, Zuckerberg, and Elon Musk, and all them. It's some NPC about them. They don't be looking real, bro. Them niggas be bots, bro. It's like you look into their eyes, it look like it's just empty.
And there are still tons of others in politics, journalism, fashion, and pretty much any other area you can think of. As a whole, celebrity culture began to take over the mainstream, especially, like I said, as technology began to progress. Celebrities were used as marketing tools, brand ambassadors, mouthpieces for social movements, and many more things, all of which had a celebrity at the center. I think one of the best examples of like older celebrity culture is Michael Jackson. His face was on the cover of every magazine, his name appeared across tons of headlines, and he broke countless records. It's often even argued that Mike was one of, if not the most famous person of all time. His worldwide tours universally sold out no matter where he went, and when he made appearances, it wasn't uncommon for near riots to break out.
They used to lose their mind, bro. They used to lose their fucking mind.
Like, this literally happened.
It's musicians, and then it's superstars. That nigga was a mega superstar. Like, telling you, bro. Motherfuckers lost complete fucking ape shit of their mind when they used to see this nigga.
All the time.
I don't think nobody gonna be as big as a star as Michael Jackson. You feel me?
The planet, God help him.
I don't think nobody will be as big like worldwide. Like
and
Michael
a lot
Jackson,
of this
bro.
came pretty much pre-internet. Since then, arguably one of the closest.
Like you said, this was pre-internet, and this nigga like this when it was like hard. Like you really had to fuck with somebody. Like you buying albums, rigging up, going to the store to get them. Like, and it's worldwide, bro. Like this is way before internet where it's easy to intake. Like you had to really get to the motherfucker to listen to him and shit. Like it makes it even crazier. And it still just flows into today, like where people just still know Michael Jackson, you feel me, as a megastar.
From a musician has been like Drake or maybe like The Weeknd, but even then no one has really seemed to reach Mike's level of celebrity. Regardless, this culture of being fascinated by celebrities and their activities and their whereabouts and all that has permeated almost every area of society. Today, everyday citizens play an important role in the perpetuation of celebrity culture by constantly checking the whereabouts of celebrities, their friends, the trends within celebrity culture, and the general lives of celebrities via media. Celebrity culture is viewed as a form of escapism from reality and a means of preoccupation for everyday people, which is a great point that I think really emphasizes why celebrity culture in a way was so popular. For example, I think MTV's Cribs really sums up why people like celebrity culture, and it was
man, this was a staple in the household growing up, man. MTV Cribs, man. MTV was on a generational run, bro. MTV had crazy shows, the little Parental Control, MTV Cribs, Pimp My Ride. They was on a run, bro. Robbing Big. They had a lot of shit. Teen Mom. I didn't watch that, Mom. You feel me? That was like kind of a girl show, but 16 and Pregnant, crazy shit like that. But they was on the run, bro. I remember that. MTV Cribs. You know what's crazy? I watched a video. I heard a lot of these houses wasn't these niggas' houses. Like, it was staged and shit. Which is crazy because it's just another thing that, like, ruined my childhood. But that's what I heard, though. This shit was
because you could escape
real.
into this world and see like an alternate reality where you owned a mansion or you had these cool cars, and then you turn off the TV and you're stuck in your crappy little one-bedroom apartment and you're poor. However, some people suggest that celebrity culture peaked in the 2000s, with US News saying Britney Spears, Brangelina, Eminem, and Paris Hilton, just a few names that capture the zeitgeist of 2000s pop culture. Everything in this era was iconic and the public was obsessed. People could not get enough of celebrity news and scandals. That was until, of course, the recession of 2008, and then people's priorities switched a little, which is a little bit of foreshadowing for how this video is going to end. Regardless, for a very long time it felt like there was this aura or this culture around celebrities. They were these mysterious people known across the world, beloved by many, followed, watched, and studied in things like magazines and articles.
It was way more like, back then it was way more like crazy fans too, because like the internet wasn't what it was, like I'm gonna say again, so it's like, I mean, early 2000 wasn't internet, but it wasn't like, you feel me, we weren't able to see like how now, you feel me, a famous person may be on live, like we see a lot more at, you feel me, the background of their life. They not really like this mysterious, you feel me, idol or figure, you feel me, but I mean back then, people was so crazy because it was like they was so eager to know like who this person was. The obsessions was just way stronger because you didn't really get to see that much of the celebrity, you feel me, unless it's in the movie or at award shows, or you feel me, you didn't really get to see them. It wasn't no Instagram live and shit, or like Instagram or none of that, so you only caught them on TV.
They were the best of the best.
Or if you had a concert, they're a musician or something like that.
In their respective fields. They lived these illustrious and mysterious lives that you really only got to see a glimpse of in interviews or in a magazine. And yet, while celebrities do still exist, it seems like their significance is not nearly what it once was. While tech developments seem to have given birth to the modern celebrity, I think that's also a major role in what killed.
Were you sexually abused in school by a teacher, coach, or school faculty? We may be able
killed it, or at least changed the definition forever. As the years went by and platforms changed, social media micro-celebrities slowly started stealing the spotlight from the giants before them. It all kind of started with things like Vine and YouTube blowing up. Almost immediately after its release in 2013, Vine blew up with over 40 million users by the end of its first year, and hundreds of millions in years following. This created a ton of new stars or micro.
Vine was like, you had to be real talented to be entertaining on Vine, because what was it when it first came out? I think it was like 6 seconds or 8 seconds videos, you feel me? So you had to get that point across. It was like a bunch of clips for real. I remember having a Vine. I remember being young and having a Vine, bro. That's crazy. Yeah, that was the glory days.
Celebrities like King Bach, Lele Pons.
King Bach was just so cringy to me, bro. I don't know, bro. Like, shout out, bro, because he still be doing little shit. But, like, man, even back then, that nigga was just cringe. Where he at?
This created a ton of new stars or micro celebrities like King Bach.
There you go. He was Mr. Cringe for me. Shout out, bro.
Lele Pons, Cameron Dallas, and even Logan Paul. The main issue with Vine
that's where the Paul brothers came from,
especially since it was short-form content and it was still in its early development. So aside from obvious brand deals, the Viners didn't have a ton of choices when it came to making money. And if it didn't make money, it was pretty tough to compete. However, even though Vine didn't last forever, it did prove that the concept would work and even laid the groundwork for what would later come. On top of this, YouTube was blowing up with tons of micro celebrities in their own various niches. For example, you had people like Casey Neistat, who held a major responsibility in developing new forms of content like daily vlogs. Vlogs provided a glimpse into the real lives of creators, which at that time was pretty rare, especially for the PR curated mega celebrities. One of the first vloggers, Charles Trippy, holds the record for most consecutive days vlogged in a row at 3,653. It's the record actually for a glimpse into the real life.
Nigga got a yam on his face, don't he? Hey, shout out, bro. I am on his face, though.
Lives of creators, which at that time was pretty rare, especially for the PR curated mega celebrities. One of the first vloggers, Charles Trippy, holds the record for most consecutive days vlogged in a row at 3,653. The name of his vlog series is Internet Killed Television, which is a little ironic considering this video. But aside from vloggers, YouTube had people like PewDiePie and Vanoss in the gaming niche.
That's more than
aside from vloggers, YouTube.
I'm sorry, bro. How long did he vlog?
Consecutive days vlogged in a row. One of the first vloggers, Charles Trippy, holds the record for most consecutive days vlogged in a row at 3,653. The name
3,653. Vlogged for fucking 10 years? 10 years and 3 days, bro. Bro, just finished. What the fuck? What the hell? Oh no, they say 09, so he finished 2019. What the
name of his vlog series is Internet Killed Television, which is a little ironic considering this video. But aside from vloggers, YouTube had people like PewDiePie and Vanoss in the gaming niche. They had skit creators like Ryan Higa and Smosh. And as time went on, you could find a micro celebrity that perfectly matched whatever niche you were interested in. Maybe you're really interested in music and pop culture commentary, and you found me. And I appreciate you. Regardless, though, the power was placed in the hands of...
Or you like funny, entertaining, relatable, and just honest reacting. And you found me.
The people, rather than massive detached studios. Unlike regular celebrities, these people were a little bit more down to earth, and we could relate to them. This led to some people even developing more parasocial relationships. But aside from that, this pretty much meant that fans could start choosing who was popular or who did well, rather than production companies or PR agencies or record labels or whatever else. By this point, the internet's micro celebrities had already grabbed a gigantic chunk of viewership, competing for attention with movies, TV shows, and more. But little did Hollywood know that this was just the start. Eventually, you'd have people like Mr. Beast, who are now arguably even more influential than some of the world's biggest celebrities. Clearly, the rise of social media took over and took away attention from traditional celebrities. I didn't even touch too much on how Vine turned into TikTok and short-form content took over. And don't even get me started on streamers. Streaming quickly rose in the ranks of content and amassed audiences in the millions. You had people like Kai Cenat, Aiden Ross, iShowSpeed, XQC, and more massive creators that took over the internet with giant crowds of fans reminiscent of the Michael Jackson ones I showed earlier.
Kai Cenat will be charged with multiple counts of inciting a riot and unlawful assembly. That is the latest once again from police after...
Well, when you got shit like this is close to that Michael Jackson shit. They ain't passing out, but they did shut New York down, though.
For thousands of people
I forgot about
yesterday for that giveaway held by the 21-year-old who does have more than 6 million followers
That's
on
crazy.
Twitch and more than 4 million subscribers on YouTube.
Okay, great. Wait, were you even listening? You haven't taken a single note this...
Celebrities are no longer able to maintain that mysterious persona I was talking about earlier. If you want to be famous, you need to be relatable, you need to be making content, and you need to keep people entertained. In a weird way, celebrities were kind of replaced by influencers. These days, the internet's micro-celebrities have fully taken over. Not only have micro-celebrities fragmented our monoculture and our attention, but traditional celebrities having access to social media has changed a lot too. With superstars being able to post any picture they wanted, fans were allowed a new look into their lives, effectively demystifying the allure of the 2000s icon. Celebrities became just like us, posting exactly how any average 20-something would with their friends. Rather than waiting for a written or recorded interview to learn more about your favorite icon, now they were online just as much as the rest of us, which I think really humanized them and led to a little bit of a decline in infatuation, aside from, super fans or parasocial people. And on top of this, I think the main thing the internet did, apart from giving more attention to streamers, YouTubers, or whatever, what it really did was open a lot of people's eyes to how weird and cringy celebrities can be. The cringe part is pretty obvious, and I think
that's true too. So boom, like I was saying, with now we can see into what's going on with the celebrities. That is true. It's a lot of celebrities I'll be like, damn, this nigga corny as hell, or like he just a regular person, or you feel me, like you do, or they cringy as shit. Or the ones that's just cringy because they trying to fit in. Like, what the fuck are you, like, it'd be yeah, that is true. It'd be a lot of cringy
tons of examples of this, like this Bella Hadid one.
If Homeboy's coming through with these...
If Homeboy... Oh, man, let me shut up. I'm yapping.
It's quiet. Yeah, no, it's quiet for him. But, like, if he comes through in, like, these...
If Homeboy come through with that, you know what I'm saying?
You got some Jordans... Homeboy's gonna
oh fuck, stop.
I mean, this would have never happened in the 80s. And there are plenty more examples of this. Like when influencer Naveen J says she unmatched Ben Affleck on a dating app thinking it was fake, and then he sent her this video which she posted.
Naveen, why did you unmatch me?
There was that time Adam Levine, despite being married, was sending girls some really cringy flirt messages. Or this Zac Efron post where he says, "I'm grateful for a couple things today. Martin Luther King Jr. and 10 million followers on IG, black hand emoji, and hashtag it."
What the fuck? I never knew about this. Bro was really happy about the 10 million. But it happened to be on MLK Day, so he had to throw that in there. That's what this is. That's exactly what this is.
Like, how out of touch do you have to be to think that that's a good idea to post? And this is probably one of the best examples, but do you guys remember when a bunch of celebrities were singing Imagine by John Lennon and trying to, I guess, raise morale during COVID?
Imagine all the people.
Oh, fuck.
When in reality, it just came off as very out of touch. I don't think most people really wanted a morale boost from other people who were stuck at home in mansions, whereas most of us were struggling to pay for things, or people were getting laid off from their jobs and stuck in much smaller, not as nice homes. Another cringe thing that celebrities do is spam products. Every celebrity these days sells their own alcohol or beauty brand.
We talked about this in the React not too long ago, bro. The internet, I think we talked about a React when how the internet, you feel me, specifically fuck things up. And promo, we was talking about promo is fucked us all up as a society.
Or hot sauce. It's like no matter where you look, it always feels as if a celebrity is slapping their name on some mediocre, already existing brand and trying to shill something to you. I'd say sometimes it even feels a little bit more scammy than it does cringe. For example, there are a ton of celebrities that have been paid to endorse scams that they haven't vetted enough and they just promote it anyways, which has resulted in a lot of successful scams. There's even a bunch of guides online warning you not to fall for this. And I discussed this in my NFT video, but it feels like we let a boatload of celebrities get away with NFT scams or rug pulls or pump and dumps. Like, for example, you may not know this, but Shaq, Floyd Mayweather, Larry David, and even Lana Rhoades, if you count her as a celebrity, were all involved in NFT scams. But for some reason, they faced little to no public repercussion. Sure, some of them may have had to pay giant fines to the FTC, but I feel like because so many celebrities did this, we as a society just let it fly and stop talking about it. It's kind of like how everyone speeds. You know, like you're expected to go at least 5 miles over, right? And because so many of us are doing it, it's like the police aren't really going to pull you over if you're going 5 miles over unless they're really bored. That's kind of how it was with the amount of celebrities that were doing NFT scams, and it's just like us as consumers were like, well, you know, they're all doing it. There's nothing we can really do about it. That's kind of how it feels. Regardless, social media not only allowed for micro celebs and influencers to take over, but it also revealed how normal and even lame a lot of celebrities are. I mean, Chappell Rowan, for example, has been fighting with Twitter and paparazzi for like years now, which has just constantly been this big PR fight that I see all the time. But being a little cringe or having the spotlight stolen by influencers is the least of celebrities' concerns.
Who is that nigga? Nigga threw the chair at himself. Who is that's Safari? Oh my god, Safari takes so many L's, bro. Oh man. He said, I'm sipping the article, I'm taking the breath and sucking it back in. They cover the dead, your pockets is subtracting. I'm calling your pockets, call it Atkins. He said, nah, that ain't it. Whatever the fuck he said. But
just fatal attraction, feeding y'all bullshit. That's a distraction. Rip it on any beat. That's an adaption. I'm running out of breath. I'm bringing it back in. Need my money up front. Don't deal with a back end. Your pockets on a diet, nigga. I'm calling you Atkins.
Nah, that ain't it, y'all.
That's him. This nigga threw a chair and hit himself.
Being a little cringe or having the spotlight stolen by influencers is the least of celebrities' concerns, especially considering
and all the people that probably said like, nigga fucked up the rap, fuck you. You're lame for correcting Safari lyrics. How about that? Any nigga that's getting mad about Safari's lyrics being said wrong should never fucking speak again anyway. So there's that.
the fact that the internet and social media has made it really easy for people to see just how weird they all are. Being cringe is one thing, but it feels like celebrities, especially lately, have been going through the ringer because a lot of the commoners like us are kind of waking up to how strange a lot of their behaviors are. I feel like this has always been a thing that people have noticed, but especially lately, thanks to the internet and how public everything is, I think people are really realizing it. Like Tom Cruise getting geisha facials, which is really just bird poop facials, and not the kind of facial that some of you sickos are thinking about, the other kind. Or Justin Bieber saying that Anne Frank would have been a believer.
Bro kind of looked like a dyke right there. Got him looking real dykish. Truly inspiring to be able to come here. It was great. And Anne was a great girl. Hopefully she would have been a believer. Oh man, shit. Where was his PR team at? Where were they at? They took a day off. Sheesh.
Or Katy Perry going to space for no reason other than to promote her album that featured Dr. Luke, who's kind of a horrible person. Or the whole fake Jim Carrey thing recently. Or Barbara Streisand cloning her dead dog. Of course, there's levels to this weird celebrity stuff. Obviously, these aren't all as bad as the others. And these are just a couple of the more tame ones. But after Jeffrey Epstein was exposed, a lot of celebrities got caught up in a lot weirder and flat out wrong behavior. To be fair, a lot of the celebrities named in the Epstein files don't have any implicit guilt just because they're named. It's a lot more nuanced than that, especially because Jeffrey Epstein was super rich and was just able to meet famous people and take pictures with them. You know, it's not like he was best friends with them all. But people like Kevin Spacey, Mick Jagger, Bill Clinton, and more were all pictured with Epstein. Trump too, of course, who was once a celebrity before running for president, which I also think speaks to the power of celebrity culture. Like, a lot of people will say he was a businessman and that's why he was running, but I think he was best known for his TV shows. Anyway, other celebrities named in the files include David Blaine, Bill Gates, if he counts, or Stephen Hawking. I think Stephen Hawking counts. And a bunch of others, if they all count as celebrities. Regardless, the point is, with a lot of these higher class people, you know, the rich and the elite, all being caught up with Jeffrey Epstein, it's resulted in a lot of the public losing faith in celebrities. I mean, it's not too out there to assume that...
That really did make, I'm telling you, yeah. As it should, though. That was some weird ass shit, bro, and that just showed that, man, these niggas. Ooh, man.
Celebrities were involved with him when people like Woody Allen are marrying their stepdaughters. Jerry Seinfeld dated a 17-year-old at 38 years old. And don't get me started on Leonardo DiCaprio. They even made this whole chart showing off his age relative to the age of the girls he's dated, with not a single one of them being older than 25. Meanwhile, he's 51 right now. And if celebrities being cringe, weird, scammers, or outright criminals wasn't enough, the political and economical state of the world right now does not help their case. In the last few years, the entertainment industry has changed significantly, with internet-based creators grabbing up a lot more of the attention share. Many point to COVID as the catalyst, and while this all started years before the pandemic, it's hard to deny its impact. People spent a lot more time at home, and big studios or other entertainment outlets struggled to make new content. However, a ton of internet creators continued churning out more content, all while gaining more popularity day by day. And at a certain point, the people started finding those online creators more relatable than the big budget productions, which led to a big swing in market share. Plus, a lot of us had bigger fish to fry than the Kardashians ending, like hopefully keeping a job, paying rent, and things along those lines. Like US News said, during COVID, when celebrities tried to comfort fans by offering advice, it felt like a slap in the face. As they posted these videos from the comfort of their mansions with millions of dollars to fall back on, the American public was in chaos. COVID was really an eye-opener for a lot of people and what their priorities should be. I think it showed how out of touch a lot of these celebrities were, and also would contribute to an ever-growing wealth inequality that is still really bad to this day. On top of that, in part thanks to COVID, for years now the box office has been struggling.
COVID made everybody be equal for a second. That is true. Well, they was in a mansion, like you said, but that is true. But it exposed how much like different they is in us.
Well, obviously there's still big
a lot of them
movies
is
that come
similar
out every
though.
once in a while.
At the same time, it's a lot of celebrities that are normal people though. Haven't lost their damn mind in that industry.
It's not like what it used to be. Alicia Reese, Senior Vice President of Equity Research for Wedbush, a large financial services company, said, "The reliance on franchises has been a little trickier the last few years. Yes, there's a level of certainty, but it's not a home run. It's never going to be a home run from here on out because people are pickier than they ever used to be. They know what's coming. Word of mouth means more than ever. It's also likely that people would rather stay home and use streaming services instead. Things aren't how they used to be, and it takes a lot more for a consumer to want to spend their hard-earned money these days." Which leads me to the next major point. These days, it feels like there's a bit of a despair among the younger generations, and maybe even in the older ones as well. Since the American dream of owning a house seems harder and harder to reach due to exponentially growing housing prices, many people, especially in the United States, are finding it hard to drop money on expensive concert tickets or movie tickets or whatever. With how expensive everything is becoming, it's harder for fans or consumers or regular people like me and you to want to spend money or time or attention on this celebrity culture. And that's only looking at things from a financial standpoint. If you look deeper into the greater social and cultural focus of people in the world right now,
we have got to the point where literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code.
There's just a lot bigger things going on. On top of all the crazy Epstein stuff I mentioned, people are focused on arguably more important things, like the various wars happening around the world. I mean, in a matter of months, the United States just captured the leader of a government, Venezuela if you're not keeping up with current events, and now we're going to war with Iran. Like, what? There's so much crazy stuff happening. Who cares what if the Kardashians ended or not? No one has the time or the money to care about all these celebrities, especially given how weird a lot of them have turned out to be. On top of them being weird, they also like to tell us what to do. And this would be political cringe. Now, don't get me wrong, this isn't me telling celebrities to not talk about politics. I don't think that's a problem. I'm not one of those people. But sometimes it comes off as pretty tone deaf. Like this video that went viral when the Russia versus Ukraine war started.
Dear President Vladimir Putin, I'm so sorry that I was not your mother. If I was your mother, you would have been so loved.
Oh,
held
man.
in the arms of joyous light.
Oh, my skin. Oh, fuck. What are you talking about? What the fuck? Oh, man.
Never would the stories plight the world unfurled before our eyes, a pure demise of nations sitting peaceful under a night sky.
They're virtuous, but usually it comes off more like they're just saying things to make people happy, and they don't really know or believe what they're talking about. Like when Kelly Osbourne said, if you kick every Latino out of this country, then who's going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump? Or like this David Guetta, George Floyd.
Hey, that's crazy. She said that on the show. Oh, man.
people happy, and they don't really know or believe what they're talking about. Like when Kelly Osbourne said, if you kick every Latino out of this country, then who's going to be cleaning your toilet, Donald Trump? Or like,
who's going to be cleaning your toilet? That's a diabolical statement, bro. Oh, man.
Like this David Guetta George Floyd tribute.
So this record is in honor of George Floyd, and I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So, shout out to his family.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream.
Let's get through it, man.
I have a dream.
This isn't even tone deaf. This is like whatever tone deaf is on steroids. I'm sure you guys can think of plenty other examples of this that are similar, but it's a big issue that many people have with celebrities. But also, to be a little fair to the celebrities, it can't be easy having your best and worst moments broadcasted around the world. We all get angry at people and lose our cool sometimes, or we all have our weird little quirks. So not all of the celebrities are evil, but some are definitely a bit strange.
This is a message for Emma Stone. And if I were a lot younger, I would marry you. And we would have chubby little freckle-faced kids. We'd laugh all day long, go camping and play Yahtzee and tell ghost stories by the fire.
What the fuck is happening right now? This is a lot, bro. This past 60 seconds of this video is like, I fuck with Jim Carrey. That's the thing. Like, this is one of my favorite actors, and this became a very hard video, a very hard video to react to.
Sex.
Celebrity culture is dying, and people are caring less and less day by day. And while many would argue that it was stupid to care to begin with, I do think it's fair and fun to have people that you look up to, or people that you're a fan of for various reasons, as long as it's within reason and you're not becoming a parasocial weirdo. Anyway, if you like this video, you might like my NFT video I mentioned earlier.
Man, W video, man. W video by Maddie, man. It's always a W video by Maddie, man. I'm a thumbs up it. What's your thought about celebrity culture? Are you happy that shit dying? Or are you just more, you feel me, like he said, locked in on your fucking life, which I think a lot of us are. That's why we don't give a shit about no celebrities, for real. We got the people we like to watch that we get entertained by, or we have our entertainment, you feel me, category, what we like to watch for entertainment. But then it's like, life is life and so hard. I don't think we really care too much, you feel me? But let me know what you think, man. Make sure y'all comment, like, subscribe once again. I appreciate y'all. Peace. Whoa. Hold on real quick. I just want to let y'all know I do have more than this main channel, man. Make sure y'all look at my gaming channel. And we got a sport channel for all sports, specifically football content.
I'm going dollar for dollar. I'm going dollar for dollar. Dollar for dollar, she screaming, she holler, she liking the way that I walk. I don't need a designer to get right behind her, she loving the way that I talk. All this hustling, grinding, this business I'm on, and I do all this shit on my own. Now I'm writing on my wrongs, picking up pieces I'm on.
If y'all not watching my daddy, what are y'all doing?